Andy, talk to us about what went wrong today.
I think it was a game as we expected. It was frenetic, it was competitive in the first half, with obviously a lot at stake, pride from them, bigger picture for us, and I thought it took a long time for the game to settle down. I thought we controlled the final stages of the first half and we managed to play the game how we wanted to do it, without producing the quality in the final third and taking advantage of the set plays we got. And we spoke at half time about continuing to do that. But I think we've lost the game. We didn't produce enough in the final third, and we haven't defended our box well enough today. And a cross results in a free header, and then from a throw-in right in the corner towards the end of the game, we lose two really poor goals.
And it must be galling as well, just because, like you said prior to the game, it's been in your own hands. You were in control of your own destiny. That isn't the case now. How have you impressed that upon the players?
I think the players aren't stupid. They're going to be looking at and talking, and all you can control is yourself and our environment and our team, and that's what we try to stress. It's a different situation now when you're coming towards the end of the season because the stakes get higher. The mentality has to still try and focus on what we can control, and as you say, that we're now not in charge of that end of season in terms of automatic promotion. But we've got to keep thinking about our own performance and what we can do, and try and finish off the season really strongly, because we've overcome many hurdles this season, and this is one where we've lost a couple of games on the spin. So we have to think about it and we have to respond in the right manner.
Because you really don't want the season to be defined, arguably, by the last two results, which is what's taken you out of the top three.
No, I think you look back, we conceded two poor goals against Oldham. We then went to Hartlepool and were very difficult to play against and defended our box well. But the last couple of games, that's not like us to concede 5 goals in 2 games. And if you look at it, the quality of the goals we've given away, from the opposition's point of view, they'll also be happy. We're never happy when you concede a goal, but we're currently conceding poor goals. So we have to get back to that real hard, gritty team who don't concede chances.
How hard is that going to be, though? Because as you've said, 5 goals in the last 2 games must be a concern from the manager's point of view.
Yeah, we have to get back to basics. We have to defend our box better. We have to do the basics. Now that this team are giving everything, as you guys know, they've given everything all season. It's about reconfirming about what we're really good at, but making sure that you do the basics every single game, because you have to do the basics, otherwise then you can't express yourself in terms of when we get the ball. So it's a disappointing afternoon, obviously, but we now have to lick our wounds. We have to take all the noise, and then we have to respond in the right way next week.
Has the pressure become an issue, and has it got to some of the players and how you view games?
Listen, the level of performance what we've had and the run of form we've been on, the points we've collected, we've reiterated that over the last few days. We have proved that we're a really good team, but the stakes get higher come the end of the season, and successful individuals and successful teams, they handled the situation. Today we haven't, but again we have now got the chance to respond, and we'll do that next week. I
know you said you talked to the senior players about their role to play in this. I would imagine that becomes even more important now given the context of the next 2 games.
Yeah, absolutely. As I said to you guys, I spoke to the senior players, but individually and collectively, we're all in charge of what we do. We all have to reflect on what we've done over the last few days, and has it been the right message? Has it been the right detail going to the game? We have to all look at ourselves, and we will do. We've always been honest with each other, and then we'll come back in and we'll respond in the right way.
Did you feel aggrieved perhaps with a couple of decisions? You looked to handball in the first half, and the one that everybody seemed to think the keeper carried over the line?
I've not seen him back, so I can't make any comment on that. The referee's got a difficult job. There was a couple of instances in the first half, as there was against Bristol Rovers, but it'd be wrong of me now to come in and criticise the referee.
Overall, though, you look at that bunch of players in there. What is the mood? There's some on their knees at the end of the game. They've got their heads down. How do you now, from your position, now continue to get the best out of them?
Well, if people are on their knees and they're frustrated, it's because they absolutely care. And I've stressed that all along, that this group of players is a special group. They care about this football club. They've gone through a lot collectively, and it's now my job and the rest of the staff's job to raise everyone's spirits and refocus our minds and attack the next 2 games.
You've got a bit of a break now as well. Will that in some ways help, because you've got more time to work in it, and arguably you'll know what you've got to do by the time Monday comes round?
Absolutely. Some teams will now play 2 games. Some teams will play next Saturday. The league table will look totally different. But all we have to do is think about ourselves and what we control going to our next couple of games, starting with Newport, and we have to do more than we've done over the last couple of games if we want to collect 3 points.